BookTube! It's Missy, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my Friday reads. Before I get started, I want to share with you guys the 3 books that I bought from my local library bookstore. So excited. I love buying really cheap books, especially when I find a gem. To get started with this video, I'm going to share with you a book that I am reading this weekend, and that is 3 Times Lucky by Sheila Turnage. I borrowed this book in August. It's been sitting on my bedroom floor for months. Let's see, September, October, November, December, January. February is on Sunday. That's almost 6 months of a library book hanging out on my carpet, not being read. I finally decided to pick it up because now there's a hold and I can't renew it anymore. So I started reading it. I'm on the 15th page, and then yesterday I decided that I needed to go to the bookstore and walk around. And lo and behold, I found the paperback for 50 cents. Thank you. Thank you. So excited. So now I have no excuses. I mean, this obviously needs to be turned into the library, but I already started it. It's super hilarious, so I do want to finish it, and then I can add it to my middle grade collection. And so far, it's about 2 kids in 6th grade, Mo and Dale. They are best friends, and they're supposed to be going on a fishing trip, but Mo has to work at a restaurant that I'm going to say her foster dad owns. And so her foster dad's there, but missing. The normal lady that opens the restaurant, or it's not a restaurant, it's like more of like a town diner. But anyway, she's gone. And so Mo can only serve things that are not cooked, like peanut butter sandwiches and cold soup, which I think is hilarious. And everybody's okay with that. The town is really small. It's called Tupelo, I think, and it's in North Carolina, and people are walking in, and they're like, yeah, Mo, I'll take the special, which is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and I think that's just so funny. It's too cute. So anyways, what a score, right? I mean, this book I've been holding on to forever because I've been dying to read it, but I haven't had time, and then I find it at my local bookstore, or my local library bookstore, for 50 cents. So now I can finish it. The other 2 books that I bought yesterday is The Wind and the Willows by Kenneth Graham. Is that how you say it? Yeah, Graham. I know this is a childhood classic. There are illustrations in it. I've seen it a dozen times, but I've never liked the cover, and this one's actually really cute. I love the font and the little decorations of like waves. I think it's really pretty. The color is gorgeous, and so I bought it, and this was also 50 cents. So what a steal. The last book I bought because of a cover buy, also because little book owl Katrina has loved these books. I believe she's finished the trilogy. I think I saw on one of her videos that she finally finished the trilogy. So I ended up picking that up, and it's a kid's like library edition, so it's a hardcover. I think these come in, you know, real hardcovers with the dust jackets, but I kind of like these, especially if they're going to be in my children's room. But this is the 3rd book in the land of Elyon, whatever. This is book 3, The 10th Circle, and by Patrick Carmen. It's just so pretty. So, but now I need to buy the 1st and then 2nd books in this series. And I know nothing about it other than that it's a fantasy for middle grade, and it's really pretty. And it was $1. I had to buy it. Now I have to buy the other 2. I think I'll like it. Anyways, the next book that I will be reading this weekend is let me take off one of my flags, The Kneebone Boy by Ellen Potter. And I've had this since August as well. They were supposed to be for the August a year-a-thon readathon where we were doing middle grade, and then I kind of pushed it over into September where I read all middle grade books for that theme for that month, but I just didn't get to finish these 2 books, and so I'm going to do it. And I already read 50 pages of this one. It's really good. I'm super excited to continue reading it. It is a mystery book. And this boy is the oldest brother, and then there's the sister and the youngest brother. They're all very odd. The dad is a royal painter. Like, he goes to royal families and paints their portraits, and the mom is missing, but the dad kind of knows where, and the kids thought that she was dead, and so, like, there's this whole weirdness going on, and I can't wait to continue reading. This is based in London. Alright, and the very last book that I am reading, I don't have a cover for it, so I'm just going to hold up my Kindle while I talk. I am reading The Sham by Ellen Allen. And I'm actually supposed to be done with it today, the 30th, because I'm reading it for a book tour. I had to put it down after the first 4% of the book because it was so bad. It was so bad. I am at 50%, so I want to finish it today so I can give my full review for the book tour, but it is awful. It's awful. I would never recommend this book to anyone. There is a huge torture scene at the beginning of the book. It was so bad. I had to take 2 days off of reading this book just to continue reading because it was unbelievably cruel, and it had nothing to do with the rest of the story so far. I mean, from what I've read so far, and I'm halfway through it, you didn't even need it in the book at all. And not only that, but it talks about the bad girls in this book, how they torture and beat up an autistic boy, which when I read that, I was livid. I mean, you can say that this clique of girls are mean and they bully other people, but you don't have to go into detail on that kind of stuff. Like, they can bully kids by throwing mud, or I don't know. I don't think you needed to say they beat up an autistic boy, and then what happened again in this book, what they did to this 8-year-old or 9-year-old boy was unbelievably disgusting, and I was so grossed out. I was about to DNF it, and I've never DNF'd a book in my life, and so the only reason why I am continuing this story is so that way I can give a proper review for this book tour. But next time, I think if I don't like something this much, I will completely stop reading it. And so yes, I wouldn't pick it up. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. It is bad. But those are the 3 books that I will be reading this weekend, and hopefully I can get them all finished. That way I will wrap up the month with 13 or 14 books. We will see, because right now I'm at 11. And that's it. I will talk to you guys soon. Have a wonderful weekend.